Oh my gosh. I know you guys will remember this girl because this was a viral moment, but it's now the anniversary of a very, very viral moment. Okay. Remember this girl? On this day,
Oh,
17 years ago, Miss Teen USA South Carolina was asked a question at the 2007 Miss Teen USA pageant.
Such
Oh my
as
such
South
God.
as,
Carolina
Such
represents.
as the Iran.
And
such
there's
as.
lots of kids that don't have
Have
maps.
shown a fifth of Americans can't locate the U.S. on a world map. Why do you think this is?
I love this girl.
I personally believe that U.S. Americans are unable to do so because some people out there in our nation don't have maps, and I believe that our education, like such as in South Africa and the Iraq, everywhere like such as, and
The Iraq.
I believe that they should, our education over here in the U.S. should help the U.S. or should help South Africa and should help the Iraq and the Asian countries, so we will be able to build up our future for our.
Thank you very much, South Carolina.
What's his name? Fucking
Mario Lopez.
Mario Lopez. His face is
AC
like
Slater.
She's so beautiful. Like she should just kept
I
her mouth
know.
shut the whole time. Just sit there in silence, smiling and waving.
Just
She's
respond. I don't know.
South Africa. Isn't South Africa doing great? Isn't that the good part of Africa where the white people are?
right.
No,
like the color
no.
of friendship. Right.
No, they all like live in huts and stuff. It's not good. Because the thing is out there, there's everybody hates white people.
Right.
The other thing was that she didn't hear the question, so that's why she all she heard. No, so all she heard was maps, and then she was like,
why didn't she ask to repeat the question then?
because she's from South Carolina and we have a poor education system and she's an idiot. That's why. Like,
or maybe she's just Southern white.
She was nervous because she was standing next to fucking Mario Lopez and she didn't think to ask to repeat the question. So she just said such as South Africa
like,
and maps.
She's like, let me wing this answer.
Yeah, she's like, such as, you know what? I didn't really hear the question because I'm standing next to Mario Lopez, but I guess I'll just go.
I mean, well, and how old was she there? She's obviously like really young. She's probably just super stage fright. Yeah, so she's a teenager on stage, knowing that it's being aired to national television. Just like your brain is just gonna go, meh.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm not working right now.
Yep.
It's Miss Teen USA, so
she was like, I think she was like 17 or something there. Yeah,
17-year-olds, no, they don't know shit. They have no business being on TV saying words.
A 17-year-old wouldn't have been able to answer that question very well anyway.
Well, it's a very simple question. Half of the, a lot of the kids in America can't pick out.
You know what?
Somewhere on a map. Yeah.
I would like each of us to answer this question.
Recent polls have shown a fifth of Americans can't locate the U.S. on a world map. Why do you think this is?
A fifth of Americans can't locate the U.S. on a map. So this has nothing to do with any country outside of the U.S.
I know the answer.
Americans. Yeah.
I know the answer. It's because that fifth of Americans are all under the age of 6.
Oh, good point.
So they just don't know. That's what I'm going with. With a trick question.
Say something to the effect of, well, you can't really rely on a map. The earth is flat. You can't rely on the globe.
Another answer would be that fifth of Americans, if they're supposed to be adults, they're immigrants and were not taught where to find the U.S. on a map. Their education was they're all illegals. Their education, if they even got one, was from a different country, so they weren't taught to find.
Plus, the earth is flat.
I'd say that a fifth of Americans are not cartographers, so they cannot pick out.
And there are a lot of countries that I can't pick out on a map. Like a lot.
There are a lot of states I probably couldn't point out on a map.
Oh, let's see. There's an update about her whereabouts. Miss South Carolina Teen USA, Caite Upton. Oh, Caite Upton. The Caite Upton, like the one who became an underwear model? No, they've got to be different.
That's not her.
Reflect on viral flood.
Those jugs were way too small to be Caite Upton.
And this fucking douchebag looks exactly the same. He's
Botox.
He's a vampire. He's drinking blood. He doesn't age ever. Mario Lopez.
Botulism.
There have been many memorable moments, but there's one
his
moment
forehead is
that
not moving.
Forehead's not moving. Chin isn't
never
moving.
Forgotten. It was during Miss Teen USA 2007.
Neck looks great.
With Caite Upton. Very sweet girl who gained international notoriety for her bungled response to a judge's question. My heart just went out to her at the time, and I never got a chance to speak with her since until now. 14 years later, Caite joins me to talk about the impact that moment had on her life. Welcome.
See, she had to immediately dye her hair brown because she could not live it down.
She looks like she got punched in the face twice. Why is her makeup like
she's
that?
Got like, but it's the lighting.
It's a bad shot. Maybe it's just a
bad lighting. It's bad lighting. She's not a professional like we are.
Caite, oh, so good, so nice to see you.
She's like,
oh
I'm
my
coming
gosh.
to you from a
so where am I speaking to you from?
I actually just recently moved to Greenville, South Carolina.
Okay,
can you pick it out on a map?
South Carolina, I love it. Well, before
so she lives. Does she live? She lives in Cumia country now.
Yeah, she's in Greenville.
We talk about what happened after the question. For those who may not remember, let's take a look at what happened.
She's like, no, please don't play it.
Recent polls have shown a fifth of Americans can't locate the U.S. on a world map.
So hard.
Why do you think this is?
I personally believe that U.S. Americans are unable to do so because some people out there in our nation don't have maps, and I believe that our education, like such as in South Africa and the Iraq, everywhere like such as, and I believe that they should, our education over here in the U.S. should help the U.S. or should help South Africa and should help the Asian countries, so we will be able to build up our future for our children.
Thank you very much, South Carolina.
Caite, what goes through your mind when you watch that back?
Oh gosh, it's almost surreal. It's like that wasn't even me. It's an out of body experience. At least one that I'm having now. I'm like, oh, who is that? Oh, she's cute. Oh, poor thing.
As a host, they specifically tell me that you're not allowed to say anything or help the contestant at all. Because I so wanted to because I could tell obviously there was miscommunication or you didn't understand. I so wanted to help you, but I was specifically told not to because then you could be disqualified. And I didn't want to do that and get in trouble. Just so you know, I've always wanted to say that. I know it was 14 years ago, but tell us about your answer. Were you just surprised by the question or a little confused by it?
I got to the top 5 and I was surprised out of all those beautiful women. And you and I were conversating beforehand and you asked me a question. So I actually assumed that the question you asked me, which is what's the biggest risk you've ever taken or something like that along those lines, which I nailed, by the way. You and I had a great conversation.
I know you nailed it.
And you're like, reach in here and pull out a name. I'm like, okay. So I go and do that. And then I get this other question and I'm like, just aloof and just kind of confused as to what was going on because none of that was practice in rehearsal at all. Like none of it. Sure. I wasn't told of it. No one ever talked about it. So I was just completely caught off guard. And beautiful Amy, she asked me this question and I'm just like, oh my God, like another celebrity's talking to me while I have Mario Lopez a foot away from me. Like, this is really cool. Wait, what did she just say?
See? I said that. Mario Lopez is next to me. I didn't know.
You're exactly right, though, because everything's moving so quick. It's live television. The judges don't know the questions. I don't know the questions. And it's such a surreal moment when you're there. People don't understand the intensity. They play that dramatic music. You're on the spot. You just made the top 5. It's a wild moment, right?
Absolutely. It's 100% a wild moment. And afterwards, The fact that I didn't even place last in the top 5 was kind of comical to me. I was like, oh, okay, so I guess it wasn't that bad.
Now talk about afterwards. When did it start to sort of generate a buzz and start to become a thing, if you will? And what kind of reaction did you get from it?
So immediately following the pageant, my mom, dad, and grandma and I, we actually traveled the coast of California.
It'd be funny if she answered this question like exactly the same way.
Some
people out there in our country,
such as the
like
Iraq,
she's going to like he just asked her something, and she's like, "Well, we are traveling the coast of California, such as with my mom and dad." Like,
Iraq.
Yeah, so we were unaware. Not having a TV, we were unaware of what was actually going on. It wasn't until 3 days later when we got back home to South Carolina where my parents had 150 voicemails on their house answering machine. And I had over 1,000 messages on my Facebook at the time. And all of a sudden, right when we walk in, the phone rings, my parents answer. It happens to be my pageant director, who then is saying, like, you're kind of a big deal. The Today Show wants to fly you up to New York to shoot a little segment tomorrow morning. Can you leave in 4 hours? And I was like, okay. So I just assumed that me making the top 5 was what interested people, and maybe people liked me, and that's the whole reason. Nothing was still explained to me about what was going on. And come to realize they were comparing me to politics. And I'm like, I'm 18 and these politicians are 50 to 70 years old. Why am I being compared to politicians? Like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, ironically, you got more attention than any winner that I can think of in years past. Definitely created for a classic moment. Did you ever hear from anyone from the pageant?
So I heard a lot from the Miss Universe organization. I would have loved to have heard more from you. I don't know what your situation was, but you know,
wow, she's like, we bonded. It would have been nice to hear from you, Mario.
Wow.
They clicked. Sounds like they hooked up.
Just for the record, Caite, I think it would have been inappropriate for me to reach out to a teenage girl. And I got
18.
No, you were 18. That's true. But like I said, they keep me, as you know, far away from the girls, and I was trying to be just as respectful. But I'm so glad I finally get to say my piece that I wanted to just know that I was there wanting to help you.
Yes.
And I think you've handled it just so beautifully and so happy, because I was happy to hear. I know you moved to LA and you actually did some cool stuff, right?
I have a lot of acomplomench there. Got to work with
a lot of acomplomench.
Hold on. What was the word you just said?
Stuff, right?
I have a lot of acomplomench there.
To LA, and you actually did some cool stuff, right?
I have a lot of acomplomench there.
Acomplomench.
Got to work with Maxim. I also ended up slowly, gradually growing my hosting career. My first hosting job was with Jimmy Kimmel as his correspondent.
I thought she meant hosting at a restaurant.
Yeah.
I was building my hosting career.
Yeah.
In the food and service industry.
Holding reservations, seating people. Yes, it's spelled acomplomench.
Acomplomench. I love her.
I do too. She's retarded.
To working with Tosh Now. Then I became a co-host on Ridiculousness with Rob Dyrdek. I would take Chanel's place whenever she wasn't there.
Wow.
She's the perfect fill-in for Chanel.
She looks good there. She looks good there too.
She's cute.
All sorts of things.
That is awesome. I love that you turned this sort of negative situation with this buzz into a major positive. And by the way, congratulations. I know you're a mom now, so that's awesome. Yeah. How old's your is a baby child? How old?
Just turned 1. He is one giant.
Precious.
That's a cute picture.
And now I am currently pregnant with our second, who is due in 4 weeks.
Oh, congratulations. You're pregnant right now. Oh, wow. I love that I got to see you. You look just as beautiful as ever. Congratulations on everything, sweetie. And seriously, it was great to see you. Up next.
Wow. We learned a lot from that clip. She had a big old boner for Mario Lopez.
Yeah, and it sounds like he has a big old boner for her now.
Yeah. Sweetie.
Oh,
he's like, wow, 2 kids. Okay, you're really doing that. All right. Love you guys. Thank you for the chats. Thank you for the comments. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Bye. All right. Love you guys. God, I don't even want to leave. This candle smells so good. I don't want to leave. All right. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye. Love you all. Join the Discord. Feet. Love you all. Wow. You guys are awesome. Bye, guys. Bye. Now I'm really leaving. Love you. Bye.